Ricardio at your service.
Hiya, it's Laura. Today we are going to be ripping out your hearts and making out with them. Just like last time, if you don't have a Valentine, I'm your Valentine now, lucky you. Today we are going to be making a Ricardio the Heart Guy plushie. So Ricardio is from the very first season of Adventure Time. It's the episode that has just been stuck in my mind ever since I saw it. We all had those cartoons as a kid, and there's always like one episode that's just a tad bit more demented than the others, and it's just ingrained in our brains. Ricardio, he is a heart guy. He is very forward with Princess Bubblegum.
Now I'm going to cut out Princess Bubblegum's heart and make out with it.
What better way to say I love you than to make a plushie of a creepy heart dude who wants to cut out people's hearts and make out with them? Because that's relatable. As of now, I've only watched the first couple seasons, and the most prominent character in my mind is this heart dude. I don't know why, he was just so creepy. So if you want to make a necrophiliac plushie with me, go ahead and grab your materials and let's go ahead and get right into it. Here are all the materials that I'm going to be using. You're going to notice that quite a few of them I don't actually use at all, and then I use some other products that I didn't even mention here. So this is pretty useless, but it looks cool, so I'm going to include it anyway. The first thing that you're going to want to do is grab your embroidery hoop. Oh fuck, no, that's not the first thing you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is look up images of Ricardio on the internet, because we love using our resources and we know how to Google things. Then you're going to take your embroidery hoop, and yes, we will be using this for embroidery later on, but right now we're going to use it to help us trace out a heart shape on our red fleece. The reason why I wanted to use my embroidery hoop for this is to make sure that I cut a heart that was big enough so that I could use the embroidery hoop on it later on. You're going to cut 2 hearts out of your red fleece. So then you're going to take your cup of tea and you're going to set it on an ivory or white colored fleece, and you're going to cut out 2 circles with little tails on them. I have white felt and black felt, and you're going to cut out little pupils for your eyes out of the black. And later on we'll be putting in these safety eyes just to give us a little bit more dimension, but I also just didn't have safety eyes that were big enough for the plushie, so that's why I'm also using the black felt. For Ricardio's lovely luscious lips, I got some purple felt, which I do not show in the materials. Haha. Now you're going to cut out some lip shapes. Make sure when you put them together there is a space in the middle for us to put our teeth. Using the white felt, you're going to draw a set of teeth on them and cut them all out. I wanted to give his mouth a little bit more dimension, and it's that extra detail that really counts. So I got some salmon pink colored felt, which once again I did not show that in the materials section, go me. I'm going to put this behind the whole mouth, so you won't be seeing it a lot, but you will see it in between the teeth. Another thing that I didn't show in the materials is this spray scotch glue thing, and it actually works super well, and you're just going to spray it on the back of your eyes. I mean, I guess you could sew them, but that's just kind of a lot of work. For all of the little teeth, I hot glued those individually. You can set the gums down first, then the teeth, and then put your lips on top of that. If you did all of this facial construction correctly, you should have a very, very disturbing looking face. Next, you're going to use this embroidery thread, and I only used the maroon embroidery thread out of this, so in this case I have 2 colors of embroidery thread that I just did not use, but yeah, I showed them anyway because I thought I would. You're just going to start embroidering all of those lovely, lovely smile lines, wrinkles, and things on Ricardio's face, and it just makes him look demented and crazy. And once again, the more demented and more crazy you can make this plushie, the more it's going to look like Ricardio. For his huge hairy eyebrows, we're going to use this yarn that I have for a cat's costume, and by the way, I'm going to be making a cat's costume later in the year, so be sure that you stay subscribed for that content. It's going to be amazing. Right now I'm using this furry yarn and I'm going to embroider some eyebrows on Ricardio, and because of this is like thick yarn, it's not thin like embroidery thread, I have to use an upholstery needle, which is just a big needle.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a
So of course, since he is a little cartoon character, he needs a way to get around. So now we're going to be making his appendages, his arms and his legs. Now they're very, very simple. It's just 2 pieces for each, a front and a back, and then you just sew around them and then stuff them, and there you go. The legs aren't going to be as 3D as they were for my Connor plushie. My Connor plushie actually had a sole on the bottom of his foot, but I'm not doing that for Ricardio because he don't need all that, to be honest with you. Because I am extra and I don't know when to stop, we are going to be plugging in his most iconic line, and then I stuffed it inside of Ricardio, and I stuffed Ricardio as well, full of stuffing, and that's about it. So what I did for his eyelids, nose, and cheeks is I just got some leftover red fleece and I just bunched it up into the shape that I wanted, and then I slip stitched it to his body so that the stitching wasn't obvious. And after that, you'll be ready to sacrifice your heart to Ricardio. Happy Valentine's Day! So I skipped quite a few parts towards the end, but you know, I didn't feel like filming all the little nitty-gritty things. If you're actually interested, I of course can let you know, but in the meantime, we're just gonna skip over that and show you the final result. Out of all of the plushies and creations that I've ever made, I think this one might just be the most hideous. This is so cursed. There's already dog hair on it. Maggie, why? I think the fact that he's ugly means I did a good job making his character.
Now I'm going to cut out Princess Bubblegum's heart and make out with it.
baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you were meant for me. I'm madly in love with you.
Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you want to go make your own plushie that likes to rip out hearts and make out with them. Should I be promoting that? Nevertheless, Adventure Time is a fabulous show, and if you haven't watched it or you think that it's weird, please just watch it. It's great. It's wholesome. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more geeky and nerdy crafts. And I'm constantly just doing random artistic creative shit in the future as well. And all of my social media links are also linked in the description below if you want to follow me. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you with a new one soon. Bye!
Never, never let you go.
My God. Boop.